Rhiannon and I on a book that we both just read to our detriment. It is Exquisite Corpse by Poppy Z. Bright. And my God.
I just want to tell you personally, this is the borked book. Okay, this is the one. This is the one borked book that I'll tell you to death never go near. This one's so fucked. It's ruined my perception of gays forever.
All right, anyway, let's Random, what did you think of it? Oh yeah. So Jamie's not gonna join in on this because I've actually barred him from reading it because I believe this one would ruin gay for him. And we've got enough straight men in this group. So I gave it this.
Dude, one is too many.
Right, I lost my fucking train of thought. I gave this one 4 stars because it was fucking phenomenally written. I challenge you to find a better written book, man. Like, I like everything about this book is disgusting, especially how disgustingly good the writing style is.
I think, to be fair, this is definitely self-inflicted, because Fynn was like, I dare you to read 2 pages of this book without getting fucking disgusted. And I was like, I mean, that didn't really bother me until about page 11, and then I just kept going, for God knows what reason.
So what was the steps up to where you got disgusted?
Well, I mean, it isn't, I think it's, I don't want to say inspired, but inspired, for lack of a better word, by Jeffrey Dahmer, to give you an idea of what we're working with here. But it starts with some murder, obviously, and some disembowelment, very cool, some strong drug use. None of that bothered me. It was when we got to the flaccid necrophilia line that I was like, now I feel nauseous. But then I just kept reading because I'm a sucker for punishment.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I'm a flagellant at heart. I actually can't believe that you read it because, yeah, like what I said to you was, hey, can you just read the first page or 2 and just stop when you're disgusted? Like, you don't have to read the whole thing. I just need somebody to feel my fucking pain. Because if you can make it past page 11 without vomiting or crying or being triggered in any sort of way, because it fucking will trigger you, then you can pretty much do anything, man. You're a golden god.
You know, one of my favorite parts of that book is it directly calls the reader out towards the end. It's just like one of the characters is like watching another character get stabbed or slit open with a machete or something like along those lines. And the internal monologue is literally like, he couldn't help but look, just like we all can't help but look. Obviously a lot more eloquently put than I'm currently trying to say it, but
yeah,
the point is that we can't help but look at gross things like when you slow down by a car accident and all that kind of stuff, and it's exactly what we did by reading that fucking book. But it's so good. It's so well written.
It was so good. And actually, I'm really glad that you brought up that part because that part really reminded me of the scene in Attack on Titan when just before Kruger comes out and that there's that guy who's about to inject him and he says almost verbatim the same fucking line, like calling out the audience. That was I love that. That sort of fourth wall break is kind of genius.
Yeah, because we do like discuss like, I mean, I guess in just that in the Yuketsu book we just discussed it, I was disappointed by it because it wasn't brutal enough for my liking. But then I guess it's like I feel like when all of us that, well, maybe not speaking for everyone here, but I feel like as an enjoyer of blood and guts and horror and all that, there's multiple fence lines, and one of them is kids, one of them is animals, one of them is dead bodies. I can't think of any others on the top of my head, but there's probably a couple more. But you know, we all go along, and then once you start inching towards those 3 fences, it's like, okay, so now when do I stop? Living dead go. But it takes a very special kind of author. But in saying that, I think a special kind of author to like navigate those themes well, which I think this author did, but I can't deny that there was a little bit of fetishizing, which is why I gave it a 3.5, because it was very well well written, and it was a good, like, I liked that it, like, the thing for me was that it said, here is the AIDS crisis, and this was a horrible, terrible thing, and the way society acted about it was horrible and terrible, and it's like, now here's a gay who has AIDS and is a despicable human being, but they still don't deserve the way that society has treated them about AIDS, and it's just that's a very hard thing to do, to make a character despicable but still sympathetic, while also dealing with such horrible themes.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars, and it was basically because it's supremely obvious that all of the gore and disgusting shit in this book is just thrown in there for the what do you call it, the shock factor. So all of this disgusting shit is actually in there for the shock value, which doesn't hurt it, unlike in any other. And especially you can see it in the way that he talks about AIDS, because this book came out in 1996, and don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that's like near the end of the epidemic, right? So people were still pretty fucking terrified. So Poppy obviously just tried to capitalize on that fear.
Is Poppy a man? I just assumed it was a woman because Poppy's a girl name.
So it's a pseudonym. I don't know his second name.
That makes it slightly better if it's written by a man. I thought it was written by a woman. Like,
Jesus.
this is making the game fetishizing to another level. Sorry, I'm trying to go.
No, you're all good. So yeah, so he's obviously capitalized on the fear of AIDS and like fear of gays in general. Like back then, there would have been so much fear of gays. Like I don't know if you've seen Philadelphia. There was a lot of that in Philadelphia, right? With Tim Honks. And if you look at like Stephen King and stuff, who was also really popular at the time, the only thing that sells better than fear is sex, and so Poppy found a way to put those two together. And this one, I have no idea who the fucking target is. Obviously, I'm the target audience. I don't recommend it like to fucking anyone. You know what? If any of my enemies are listening right now, I would like to curse you with this book.
Yeah, I agree. I would sooner recommend someone reads Living Dead Girl than I would recommend they read this book, to be honest, because Living Dead Girl certainly had a more definitive point. I think it's easy to get lost in the source with this one, and I don't want to be the intended audience. I do not identify as the intended audience of this book.
Well, too bad. You're on this hill with me, and we're gonna fight to the death.
How many? It's got over 26,000 ratings on Goodreads, so clearly there's a pool.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure this one was recommended to me by the AI. I asked it for a disturbing book that is not distasteful, and it delivered.
It's just like, it has exquisite in the title. That must be what he means.
It's referring to the writing style, that one. Holy shit. What did you think about the ending? Did you... I kind of loved that.
Yeah,
low-key.
I kind of loved that ending too. I'm a bit of a sucker for a miserable ending, to be honest. And like, that was great. But a bit Last of Us in the last paragraph as well. I liked that too. It was very just like, and the world is a horrible place, and so it shall remain, and seen.
Yeah, that's beautifully put.
To be fair, while I was reading it, I remember sending Fynn a video being like, this is disgusting, but god damn it, do I ship these two little murderers together? That lovely, disgusting romance. I'm so here for it. The romance really goes down the toilet.
Yeah, and by the way, if anything was gonna seal gay hockey, what was that called again?
Game Changers.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
If anything was gonna seal Game Changers' fate for me, meaning I'm never gonna read those, it was reading this book first, okay? Like, I don't know about you or you haven't read it, but I don't know about you, but it's ruined gay for me, and gay wasn't that fucking high on my priority list before, man. Like, I'm so done. Like, I don't know what to fucking think anymore, because it was a brilliant book. Fuck me. I actually feel the same way about this one that I do about Call Me By Your Name, but I would listen to Call Me By Your Name again. Call Me By Your Name wasn't overtly disgusting. It was psychologically disgusting. Just reminded me of being a teenager boy, and I don't like that. The reason why I don't like Call Me By Your Name isn't even because it's gay. It's because it called me out.
Actually, you saying that, I realized why I read this book. It's because it's like a step up from stuff I used to read on Wattpad all the time as a kid. I was
Jesus.
obsessed with like horror gay stories. There was no necrophilia, but there was certainly disembowelment.
Jesus Christ, man.
And I've just realized that that's probably why it spoke to me a bit. It's bringing back the Wattpad memories.
That's
If
the
you know, you know.
comparison.
I'm sure one person will. Please.
And also to preface, Exquisite Corpses was explicitly inspired by Jeffrey Dahmer. So it is loosely based on that, because there is that scene where the cops find the kid and then the cops give the kid back to the serial killer, and that actually did happen. So like, I don't think that it was glorifying. Maybe it was actually. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because of when it came out. I don't think it was glorifying. I think it's just capitalizing on that fear that story brings, right?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think it's like if you're reading it as at a surface level, then it is very capitalizing and glorifying as well. But I think if you're seeing the deeper meaning, then it ceases to be glorifying. But if you're not seeing the deeper meaning, then it is literally just like torture porn.
Yeah.
Emphasis on both torture and porn.
Yeah. You don't even know what fucking torture porn is until you read this book. Wow, man. There were times when I'm listening to it and I had to be like,
Me too. I read it on my phone, and normally when I'm reading a book on my phone, because it's just so convenient and it's right there, I'll just be like sitting with my parents reading it. That's how I read Replay, not this book. I was hiding in my room, like they can tell what I'm reading. Even when I was reading this, I was just reading it on the couch next to my parents, but I couldn't do it with Exquisite Corpse. It's like they're gonna know.
Jesus. Yeah, no, the Exquisite Corpse is way worse. One last thing I'd like to say about this book is there actually was a ray of sunshine, a tiny little ray of sunshine shown through in the form of my new favorite quote. They may hate us for sucking dicks, but they can never accuse us of making any little cocksuckers.
Yes.
That quote was supreme. Anyway, I rated that 4 stars.
I found it. They may hate us for sucking cock, but at least they can't accuse us of making more little cocksuckers. At
love
least
it.
the biological reproduction of our own DNA in the form of a slimy, squalling lump of meat isn't the greatest satisfaction ever most of us will ever know in life.
Okay, look, we didn't need the rest of that quote. The first part was a ray of sunshine, okay? I love that, man.
I just wanted to give the people a taste tester.
Anyway.
Losing that.
This book, you know what? I fucking might change it to a 5. Just talking about it now, I'm realizing, like, if I was just a person back in 96 and I read this book, I would be fucking scared of gays for the rest of my life. I would never go near another gay person. Like, bro, I swear, it is a scary book. If I was gay back then, I would probably just reconsider. Like, bro, this one was bad.
Jamie, don't read it. Just don't.
Don't plan on it.
You're too nice and precious and real, and it's not good enough for your saintly eyes.
Oh my god! All right, are we done with that one?
Yeah, I think we've beat that dead co-ops.
That was an exquisite last joke.
So if we haven't scared you off by discussing that diabolical book, please like, comment, subscribe, check out our channel to see any other videos, or check out Finley's solo channel. Me and Jamie haven't made it that far yet, but thank you for watching.